When I was 11, I had just started secondary school and I had no friends because I was shy and everyone thought they was so popular when they was actually just rude. My brother was in the year above me and I would follow him and his friends everywhere and he would always tell me to just go and be nice to people. Obviously I was too shy so I didn't. He carried on telling me to just find some new friends, but obviously me being me, I didn't because I was too shy about if someone just laughed at me. I carried on following him around all the time. Until one day 2 girls came up to me and saw I was a loner and had no friends and asked me if I wanted to be friend and hang out with them. I said sure and walked off with them. They asked me what my name was and the first thing that came to my head was Patricia, but people call me Pat. This is nothing close to my name and I honestly have no clue why I said that. They were in my next lesson and I didn't realize they was part of the popular group. They kept looking at me laughing and saying Fatty Patty. I started crying. My teacher said, "Olivia, why are you crying?" These girls thought my name was Patricia, so they was wondering why my teacher was calling me Olivia. I started crying even more and at this point I didn't know what to do. I ran out of my classroom into the janitor's closet and sat on the floor crying. After about 10 minutes the janitor came in and locked the door. He said, "Hi little girl, what are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, I am sorry, I didn't know you was in here, I am just leaving." I was so scared cause he seemed so creepy. This man then told me I am not going anywhere. I started screaming. He told me if I didn't shut up he would hurt my mom. He was being really weird and kept calling me little girl. He started talking about how his girlfriend dumped him and he was getting really angry. He started punching the walls and throwing things at me. I shouted stop and he pulled my hair. I quickly unlocked the door and started screaming. Before I could get out he dragged me back in there. My teacher heard me screaming and got here just before my janitor knocked me out. He hit him round the head with a bucket full of water and cleaning products. My teacher brought me out. My teacher locked the janitor in his room from the outside with a key so he couldn't get out. The janitor had passed out from the bucket round his head. My teacher picked me up and ran to his office. He sat down on his desk and told me to get comfy. I said I am fine standing here. He said no, sit on my lap and get comfy. I said no thanks, but he picked me up and put me on his lap anyway. I tried jumping off but he was holding me down. He was telling me how cute and sweet I was for a year 7. He was a hot teacher and every girl in my year always talked about how fit he was. He started playing with my hair and asking me if I was okay after what the janitor was doing to me. I had a teacher crush on him because he was only like 19 and a sports teacher. I said yes, I am fine, and I stared into his blue eyes. I was only 11 and was too young to understand that teachers being your boyfriend is wrong. I told him I had a crush on him and thought it was normal because people in my year was doing it. He said, "Princess, you can't tell anyone," and I was dumb enough to believe him. I asked him if I would need to kiss him because I saw other boyfriends and girlfriends in my year kissing. He said to me to go to his house the next day after school because he had a meeting that day. The bell rang, so I went home. I told my mom I had a boyfriend even though he told me not to tell anyone. She asked me who it was and I said I am not telling her. I told them my boyfriend told me to go to his house tomorrow after school. My mom said I am not allowed to go if she doesn't know who it is. I said that I was sitting on his lap today and hugging me because I was crying because the janitor hurt me. I said fine, it's Mr. Smith, but don't tell anyone, brother or mummy. They both started shouting and saying your teacher. My mom started crying. She was crying because she knew that it was very wrong that my teacher was my boyfriend and was worried about if he had done something to me. She explained to me that it was wrong because he's my teacher and a lot older than me. I started crying and I was scared. My brother called the police. We found out that my teacher had done similar stuff to other girls. My mom also asks what I was talking about when I said the janitor hurt me. I said I was crying in class because girls were calling me fat, so I ran into the janitor's office and he wasn't there. I then